Okay, weird. Says I'm live, but I'm not. So, am I or am I not? Let's see. I guess we are. It doesn't show the time or anything, so whatever. Streamlabs want to be weird about it. At least it ain't fucking totally glitched out, but still. Oh my god, the sport dog. Hey, buddy. It's still kind of icy out here, but it is melting. There's a lot of drip going on right here. I don't know if you can tell. Yep, gotta love that drip. Gotta love the drip. Yeah, it's still icy and shit, but it's really soft now. Oh my lord, there's a fat fucking iced over turd. Ew. Oh my lord, he just left off a fresh steamy one right here. Dang, dog. Dude, I can see the steam off of that. Jesus. Alright. Come on, buddy. I don't want to fall either. I already fell last night. Whoa. Oh, we both started sliding around. Oh, you poor thing. There you go. Come on. Hey, little bouncy boy. Oh, goofy thing. Just a silly little thing. Goofy little dog. Silly little doggo. Actually, kind of layer up a little bit. Well, close my layers up, if anything. There we go. There we go. Wait, what up? What's up? Just ate plain Denny's, a fat Denny's burger. I got a burger from Denny's. Yo, what's up? What the fuck's up, Denny's? Fucking Denny's Grand Slam! Please tell me you know the meme I'm talking about. Chun 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 chun. Yo, what's up? What the fuck is up, Denny's? Just like heavy fucking like grindcore riff just being broken down. Chun 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 chun. Okay. It's yeah. They're saying yeah to the meme or yeah to the just the food. Yes to the meme? Okay. I just want to make sure. It's a good one. It's a classic. You know you're truly underground and like house shows fuck and go hard as fuck when you literally like, you know, set up your show at a Denny's that's closing down and you happen to know a guy, so you're able to use it as a show. I mean, that's like a, you know, like, that's why I like that video, because, you know, it's like, it's literally just a one of a kind, one time only. You had to be there to, you know, to see it, you know, type of shit. But someone got a recording of it. At least a little bit. And it's fucking dope. It's little moments like that, you know, just tiny little things like that I truly just appreciate the most out of memery. Because sometimes, there could be a good little inside joke and stuff like that, but every now and then, you gotta let the world know. And the Denny's Grand Slam is one of those things. Because like, that little town, wherever the fuck that, like, I think it was like Ohio or some shit. Like, somewhere in Ohio or whatever. It's like, that small town is still to this day talking about that Denny's Grand Slam, dude. Like some of the dudes in the scene, that, were there, you would talk about occasionally, be like, yeah, remember the time we set up a fucking house show at a Denny's? I mean, that's like something that you just don't hear as a story. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a good meme. It's such a good one. I've yearned to try to, like, find a way to replicate that. I don't mean just like a house show or like some bar show. I mean, like, a Denny's closed or some shit, or you got like a Walmart that's closing down and you just happen to know a guy and they let you in there to do a show. I mean, man, that would be awesome. Someone needs to do like the Denny's Grand Slam too. But it can't be a Denny's. It has to be something else. Like an IHOP. Or, like a Walmart, even like I was saying. Something like that. I also have like a fat fucking crook right in like my neck. I kind of slipped on it wrong, so I'm gonna be like, ow, fuck. Doing that every now and then. Ooh. I can really feel it when I like pinch right there. Yeah. Does feel good. Sucks. Finally, I've broken the political system. Well, I like where they're going with it. Still needs work. I imagine, Vicky 3 is still gonna probably have some work on it. I mean, that's basically literally like, how. I mean, that's pretty much is like how, Paradox Interactive works. I mean, for me at least, it's not really exactly surprising that they're like, all right, we're gonna add a lot of stuff to make sure this works properly, but not a lot. You still need to, incorporate some of that other shit in other DLCs. Got to appease your party like IRL. If you're not an absolute monarch. Appease your party. Well, yeah, you got to, like, yeah, if you're, like, trying to push, like, a specific party or, like, ideology, I mean, obviously you would have to appease to the party that, pushes that, right? Got the social spark big enough to get elected. Hey. Nice. Tunes. I'll pull this up. Make sure that's on. Yeah. Because that's how parties evolve. Well, yeah, parties tend to evolve with like different political environments and shit. Don't have paper towels in here or anything. Fuck. Yeah, whatever. Comment before that. I read that. Finally got social party big enough to get elected. You have the peace party. I mean, yeah, I read those. Unless YouTube censored one of them, and it's like a top comment, like all comments instead of a top comment. Because Streamlabs like also like only gets the top comments, not like all the messages in a live chat. I've also noticed that, so that might be a part of that. Got censored, yeah, you did. You get specific historical figures and influence different parties. Nice. Called agitators. At least for Vicky 3, if I when I get that game, I'm definitely gonna want to like kind of do like a socialist kind of like thing for America. I mean, because honestly, there was a time in the United States where like socialism was legit, unironically, like a very growing, strong movement. You know, especially within trade unions and labor movements at the time. I mean, like there was the business plot. There was, just like I mean the mass like crackdown on labor strikes with like the Pinkertons and shit. Like there was a genuine fear, like within the establishment at the time when it came to like when it came to like addressing and dealing with like the paradigm and the problems at that time with the status quo. Doing Brazil because it's told spit easier than American. I'm sure it is. Refill my Toxford bowl. You're a needy dog, you know that? I'm grabbing some big towels. Oh my god, my nose. Ugh. Yeah, there we go, much better. Just gotta overthrow the monarchy and get socialists established as a party. Well, at least like for the United States, I mean, there wouldn't be like an absolute monarch, so you could be able to at least like get that party pushed up. I'd imagine. Just would have to take a different strategy. Just gonna buy all the guns. We're going on the whole fucking planet. We're throwing free landmines. Oh, fucking lighter. My South America is socialist science. Oh wait, did you send me a picture? Jesus Christ! Oh, Brazil is like most of South America. What did you do? What happened? What? Bruh. What the fuck happened? Like, yo. Like, you just, like, took most of South America. Oh, wait, no, oh, wait. Hold on, there's the other countries. Okay. Alright, it looks like, yeah, alright. It's, like, aligned because of the color of the now. Okay, well. So I honestly straight up thought you were just like, mine. Yeah, build an alliance by taking over my neighbors. Amazing. Let's see how bad America is. How bad is it really? I mean, how bad could it truly be? They carved up Mexico. So the American-Mexican War, ended up being a thing, and they like took up some Mexico. Not really that surprised, to be honest. Some little things we can check out for two. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I guess it isn't really as bad as I thought. Like Baja California and like what Tijuana. For some reason, doesn't want to like fucking whatever. But I can kind of see. They didn't really carve it up as bad as I thought. Kyle's like, man, I love how Kyle pretty much every day is got to like fucking like at least like 40 minutes of just like, here's like some crazy shit going on in the world. Like he's just straight up like pretty much dedicated at least half his show to just geopolitical affairs. But they always backstab me. That's America for you. I mean, America doesn't have partners or friendships. They have business interests. I mean, it's like this is something that even Henry Kissinger was a major prominent pusher of, and that's been the thing for quite some time. I'm not really too surprised that even as a AI or like a computer thing, like you got like America fucking just stabbing you in the back, not exactly pertaining to any friendly interests and relations. I mean, especially considering that, you made Brazil socialist and also America has strong interest in South America. Like when at least it comes to the banana republics. Early on, they were friendly. Yeah, when you were a monarch. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it might be a socialist state, but America has never been fond of socialists. Like I said, like there was actually a strong movement within trade unions and labor, like in like the late to 1800s, early 1900s and shit. Like pretty much almost within like a decade or so after the Civil War, and even then, like it was slowly but surely growing as a idea and a philosophy, even during that time. Like so, I mean, it's been something that's that was a growing influence in the people in power in America, whether they were unions or especially Confederates. They were not fond of like any of those ideas propagating. We don't want the peasants starting to think they have an ability to like have rights and stuff. Can't have that. Currently voting on let women have rights. Up next is black folk. Nice, making Brazil base as fuck. Babylon B goes full racist on Vivek Ramaswamy. Oh my god. Man, Vivek should have waited a while. I'm out. Is it weird that I'm unironically starting to feel bad for Vivek a little bit? He's still a piece of shit and a scumfuck, but like a part of me is starting to unironically feel bad for him. Like no matter what, he tries to like cuck himself up to the far right and the Republicans and Trump and shit, and he still gets fucked on. He still gets, shat on, not for even being, like, political or anything like that, but literally just because he's Indian and Hindu. That's it. Like, it's literally on the virtue of him being Indian and a first-gen immigrant and, because his parents came from India and shit, so it's like, it's literally over that. It's just that. That's honestly why I kind of am starting to feel bad for him, because, like, it's not even over anything substantive. It's just literally because he's Indian. It's like, dude. It's like, man, what the fuck? Like, I don't like him for various different reasons that, are due to his politics. I mean, I could give a fuck if he's Indian or Hindu. But, yeah, the Republicans are like, oh, well, his politics are fine, but I don't trust him. He's a brown guy. Like, if Vivek just waited, like, another, like, election cycle or two, I'm sure, honestly, some of that mentality probably would have not been as prevalent. Mainly just because of the whole, like, because of Trump being there. Like, if you just, like, waited until after, after this election cycle, I feel like he might have been able to, like, maybe be at least contestive, potentially, even with a bunch of fucking racist dumb fucks being like, nah, don't like him, he's brown. Like, I mean, even with that. I think there'll be enough. Like they'll be like, well, he's one of the good ones. I guess I would, trust him this time around. It's like a lot of them are going to be like, oh, he's a good one, because they already do that enough as it is. They kind of do it for Nikki Haley because she's also Indian, but they don't go after her because she honestly doesn't like. I mean, she doesn't really make it like. I mean, I think a lot of it's just because I think for Nikki Haley, it's her name. I mean, Nikki Haley, like the two most widest names that you could think of, basically. And then, I think she's Christian. I don't think she's like a Hindu or anything. I think she's Christian. So, it's like the fact that she's basically like a white Indian, essentially, for all intents and purposes, like she gets the pass. Like she's basically the current Republican Party's I'm the good brown person, essentially, right now. Like, and, that's why I'm thinking Viva should have just waited a little bit. When you got more than one, one of you is going to be fucked on for your race, like, by the Republicans. And that was Vivek. Like, and also I think it was just because he was, like, too much of a sycophant for Trump, too. Like, everyone else was, but, I mean, he just, like, was even more exceptional. And also took jabs at Nikki Haley when, he probably could have just fucked off with that. And not have done that, because frankly, it seems like the whole decorum civility is something that Republicans, even the youth, apparently want, which gross, lame, cringe, but yet, like, because that's kind of why at least some people are like thinking DeSantis too a little bit, because he never attacked anybody. He was so anti-charismatic, even when he was attacking someone, it didn't really seem like he was. So they're like, oh, so people on Iraq were like, oh well, I guess he's okay because he didn't, go so low to attack people and blah blah blah, and basically just literally superficial shit, which kind of like throws me for a loop because he's so anti-charismatic and looks like such a fucking robot, and yet, despite that, people are like, "Oh, I like that though." Oh my god. The way you eat them, Navy Miracles, kind of sense time. Oh, with like the game. I'm sure if you play as the United States, I'm sure there's options on how you could do that. I don't know if, like, I mean, maybe there will be, like, some addition or a DLC, because that's how Paradox Interactive likes to do it. There's going to be some DLC in the future where there's going to be, like, more of an interactive, options and stuff like that, that want to basically try to, maybe incorporate them in a more positive way or leave them alone or give autonomous rights or something like. I'm sure eventually there's going to be some options, to deal with something like that. In the meantime, it's very simplistic from what it sounds like, where you either have to just absorb them or you don't. Which, again, that's kind of one of the backdraws of Paradox Interactive in their games. Like, and honestly, why it's better to buy the game like a year or two later after its release, because then you have enough DLCs to actually, like, add a bunch of shit that should have been in the game in the first place that actually makes it, genuinely playable and fun. That's why I haven't gotten Vicky 3 yet. Like, I mean, just because, I might as well wait a little bit. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you pawing at? You just had, dude, you got a bunch of food. I just gave you water. There's no reason for you to be doing that. Fucking goofball. Goofy little thing. Better play on Elton. Yeah, we'll do this one. I have a small movement to enact private healthcare led by industrialists. I mean, you do realize for every, like, major change you do to the system, there's going to be, like, a counter movement to try to, like, reverse it or, like, stop that, basically. I hope that's Rose that just popped in. I can't tell. For some reason, Streamlabs is not showing me my view count or my time count here. So, I'm just kind of left in the dark about how long I've been going on for and, like, how many people might be here. Everything else works, though. I don't know why that doesn't want to, but whatever. I guess that's just what's happening for today. Dude, do you mind, dog? What is your deal? Why are you annoying me right now? You're surrounding me like a fucking shark here, dude. What do you want? I don't have anything for you right now. I mean, I do, but I'm not giving it to you right now, especially for this little fucking weird behavior you're doing. Goofy ball. Can I help you? Oh my god. I mean, he is a good boy, but, like, what the fuck? Right. God, he's just sitting here staring at me. Oh, now he's trying to paw at me. Like, what do you want? Is there something you want? You freshly showered, soft chungus you? He is super, super soft because I gave him a shower last night, and good lord, that's ridiculous. Would you sit over there? Go on, sit over there. Quit hovering over me. You're still finding a way to hover me, even when you're sitting in the chair. You ball malarkey. Try to watch Beavis Butthead. Honestly, meh. Meh? Really, meh? Family Guy's better. What era of Family Guy? See, already wrong. Like, I mean, dude, there's like legit an era of Family Guy where it just takes a major downhill and it's kind of been there since. Like, I mean, like, outside of the reboot of Beavis and Butthead, I mean, you know, it's only been around for a certain amount of time. So, I mean, they're not comparable, really, in that sense. Like, Family Guy's been around, like, for way longer than, honestly, it should have been. Same thing with The Simpsons. Like, there are just some of these, like, legacy shows that, frankly, like, probably should just stop. I mean, arguably, even South Park, to an extent, like, you know, could probably, you know, be in that fucking bandwagon, too, to an extent. I mean, because I haven't even watched South Park a long while, and, I mean, they still, at least, will be able to, like, you know, have some bangers every now and then, but lately, especially since I've last seen them, it seems like it's more sporadic in comparison to, you know, at their peak. So, I mean, at least I'll say that South Park is at risk of being a part of that bandwagon. American Dad is still right? Yeah. I mean, honestly, in a sense, I feel like it has more of a connected story. Like, it kind of feels like there's more of, like, kind of a backing underlying story behind the episodics and shit in comparison to Family Guy. While Family Guy, it seems like there's like a restart to the timeline almost, like outside of little things here and there. At least I guess maybe till the later seasons. But I mean, American Dad's always kind of consistently had like kind of an underlying backstory behind everything. Family Guy nowhere near as much, which I guess, you know, in that way makes it a little better because it adds for at least different aspects of character development. Because it's just like Haley with her boyfriend and, you know, being the hippie stoner dude and all this other shit and his development and all that shit. So, I mean, honestly, there's like aspects where I would argue American Dad's actually even better than Family Guy. So, I mean, for different reasons, I'd say they're at least like on par in the extent that they're okay. Like, well, I mean, I don't like hate Family Guy, by the way. I just, it's just been around for a little too long, and either they need to really like figure some new shit out that actually would be funny and work, or just I don't know, like just wrap it up, Drawn together. Very macho, Too Fast, Still Swim before it became all anime Seth MacFarlane shows. I mean, like Adult Swim wasn't all just that. There was like Robot Chicken and fucking Aqua Team Hunger Force. Like, I mean, come on, it wasn't just all that. Heroes King in the Hill too. Squidbillies. Fucking like, I mean, come on, dude. What? I mean, dude, Adult Swim still had some hardcore raunchiness. I mean, hey, say what you want, but that fucking Sam Hyde guy, like, he actually got his start on Adult Swim. They canceled his show because, like, of how much of a, like, implicit kind of right-leaning dude he was, and shit. And then eventually, like, left and just started doing his own stuff online, and he's just been doing that since. But him with, like, one or two other dudes back in, like, 2014 and 2015 actually had a show on Adult Swim. Is he a Nazi? Arguably, probably, but honestly, it's like, I don't think there's anything that overtly confirms it one way or the other. Like, the dude is also a troll, so it's like, he's definitely right-wing as fuck, that's for sure, but I mean, whether he's like a full-on Nazi or not, I honestly couldn't tell you. I mean, probably, but I don't know. I mean, he never really, like, overtly, goes all the way with it. He always, like, teeters the line with that shit. So, I mean, because, like I said, he is like a hardcore edgelord type of troll. Frankly, not exactly a good one, in my opinion. He's not really that funny. There's only been, like, maybe one or two things where I actually probably got a genuine chuckle out of him. Beyond that, like, not really. I don't really find his, like, material or trolling to really be amusing. At most, I mean, they might get, like, a little, like that. But I won't even consider that more of, like, anything really amusing. It's just like, oh, yeah, I guess, whatever. People like him or Nazis. Yeah, like, a lot of his fan base tend to be legit, like, far right Nazi fascist types. Like the 4chan, fucking, like, crowd and stuff like that. So, yeah. That's why I feel like, is he himself? Probably. Because he knows what, makes his bread and butter. But, I mean, it's just one of those things where I can just, like, really tell that, like, there's a very strong far-right element about him. If people mess with this one, locale, I watched her desperate to get him on Sam Hyde show. I'm not surprised, honestly. I mean, because for some reason, he still has, like, a little bit of relevance, at least with the far-right, crowd and shit. So when it comes to certain people like locale, stuff like that, I mean, they, are always, bound to try to keep, Hyde relevant by, doing shit like that. Because a lot of these far-right types know that there's, like, a large overlap with people who watch locales and stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of a way to, be a gateway in a sense, to, like, that type of content and shit. Keffels interviewed Chris Chan. Keffels? Really? Is there, like, a full interview of that or something? That was weird. Honestly, that's like the only time I would ever probably check out Chris Tran as of late. Is checking that out. At your own risk. I don't know if I want to click that yet. Or maybe check that out a little bit later tonight. Because I don't know. It certainly seems just strange. I mean, not on Keffel's part, really. I just find it a little strange, about, like, what the hell is, like, like, what might have been in there. Man wearing nothing but underwear strolls into frame during Dick Morris's Newsmax interview. Uh-oh. Was someone caught doing some gay? Oh my god, dude. Does Dick Morris like, those chubby bear boys? While in jail, Chris declared himself Jesus. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. This fucking picture. I think that's also the frame where Morris realized, oh shit, my gay partner's in the back. Uh-oh. Oh my god. And, I mean, I'll at least be honest with the whole Chris Tran situation. I mean, they need to just be like a mental institution having like dependent care, with people just watching over him, because like, I mean, they should not, because jail's certainly not, a good environment for them, and, being out in public and, and all that shit isn't good either, especially considering their, behavior in the past, and how manipulated and, like, being abused they are and shit when it comes to that. Chris has a handler now. Well, that's good at least. I mean, I guess there's at least a positive thing out of the whole situation. They have a handler watching over him. They seem to be grinding the streams for donos. Grinding the streams for donos? Wait, the handler? Wait, what? Why would that be the... Why? That's... Alright, I'm starting to think that this is not exactly a handler is probably a guy with good intentions. $500 to 1,000 super chats. Oh, you mean Chris Chan's doing that? Oh, okay. No, so it's not the handler doing it, but it's getting hella paid by the chat. Wait, so they're streaming while in prison, or is Chris Chan out and released? I guess if they got an interview with Keffels, I'd assume they're released. So what? I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, at least they got a handler and Chris is out. Okay, well, at least they got a handler and at least thus is at least being monitored to an extent. And if all they end up really doing, at least when it comes to Chris Chan, if all they end up doing is just basically just does YouTube streams as a way to just like make his money for the month and shit like that, then maybe there's kind of a silver lining to the whole Chris Chan arc, I suppose. Because I mean, sure, he'd still be a locale and all this other shit, but at least they probably wouldn't be overtly getting abused, manipulated, or doing abuse and all this other shit, being coerced to do gross fucking horrible things. So it's like, Because then the handler can be there to step in and be like, no. And just like, so, I mean, it's like, maybe there's a silver lining to it. So, I don't know. I mean, from what it sounds like, there could potentially be a light for Chris at the end of the tunnel. I hope, honestly. At least that's, how I feel about it. Because I just always found the whole Chris Chan arc, just in general, with their story, just fucking awful. Not because of them, but, well, I guess in some part because of them as well. But, I mean, mostly just because of the people that fucking exploited the shit out of this person. And it's like, I mean, I've had my more curiosity about it initially, but after I kind of realized, man, it's kind of fucked. I was just like, I just kind of stopped because it's like, it's just, I mean, it's like, I know Schadenfreude is a thing, but fuck, I mean, that's a different level in my opinion. Like, that's not just Schadenfreude. There's like, like you'd have to, there's something up with you eternally if that's like, if you take like some glee out of it or a genuine interest or fascination or something outside of just to like, will they get help? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's certainly, at least in my opinion, pretty fucked. That's just a whole situation in general. But like I said, at least it seems like now, and they got their own place too. Okay, so I mean, yeah, like I said, it seems like there is a little bit of a silver lining. It looks like they got a place to where they have a handler watching them, and they got at least some dependence, to an extent, and is settled in just doing streams. I mean, that seems like that's honestly a better outcome than I thought. Like, honestly, I honestly thought this arc about Christian was just going to get worse, but frankly, I mean, out of all things considered, that's actually pretty good. Like, honestly, as long as they just stay doing, just keeping doing that. I mean, maybe they'll evolve to do like gaming streams or some shit, and maybe become like, like just some weird, quirky, fucking weird ass game streamer or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they do on their streams, but I wouldn't be too surprised if like Christian plays video games or something. So, I don't know. I mean, it seems like all in all, like, that's certainly one of the better outcomes for Chris Chan, and, at least all things considered, in my opinion. Right here. Yeah, enough about Christian. Don't really have too much to say outside of what I just said anyway. So, let's look at Ramaswamy getting fucked on by literally everybody. Turn our boy Kyle up.
Ramaswamy just dropped out of the race. We talked about it the other day. He went to all 99 counties in Iowa twice. He really tried his best to actually win in Iowa or do really well in Iowa.
Oh my god, he has a dog? Yo, Kyle has a doggo? Where did the doggo come from? Whoa, he has at least 2 cats and a dog? Okay. Why doesn't he do like, why doesn't he show his pets off? What the hell? And also, by the way, I thought Ron DeSantis was the one who went to every Iowa county twice. Or maybe they both did.
He did well in the debates, relatively speaking. I mean, I think it's fair to also point out some people just view him as an arrogant blowhard, and they just don't like him no matter what he says. But others, particularly like the online right, they kind of loved him because he was saying all the things that they wanted somebody to say. He's like Trump's biggest defender in the race, which is kind of ironic because it's like, if Trump's so great, why are you even running? Well, right before the vote, he threw a Hail Mary pass. His argument that he was making to people is, to save Trump, vote for me. Why? Because they're going to take Trump out of the equation. They're going to either kick him off the ballot through court cases, or they're going to put
Which they already have.
In jail, and then you're going to have Joe Biden win, or you're going to have
Nikki
Haley swoop in, and he says, to save Trump, vote for me, because I'm going to continue the MAGA agenda, and I will pardon Trump and all that stuff. So
which all these other candidates, besides Krispy Kreme Christie, were like saying that. By the way, like Haley, DeSantis, like they've like openly have like kind of poked at that idea in the past. So I mean, Ramaswamy isn't the only one who was doing that shit. probably maybe arguably one of the more vocal ones, doing that. But I mean, he wasn't the only one doing that.
But Trump on the last day said, "No, it's a wrap. I'm coming for you now."
He's not MAGA. He's not real MAGA. He's a plant. He's fake. He's a fraud. Dude, I love that. Like, fucking dude. Honestly, what's funny? I saw like a New York Post community post, like on this story, and well, not the specific one we're going to look at, but at least with Ramaswamy dropping out, and like, dude, there were people on Iraq being like, "Oh, we got Trump's new VP," and I'm just like, are these people retarded? Like, did they not know that Trump basically denounced him? Like, they're like, no, like, what? I mean, it's just, dude, I was kind of surprised by that, because that was kind of a big thing when, endorsed Trump and shit like that, despite getting fucked on by him. It's like, man, what a sad little cuck.
Cute with us. So, didn't work. To be fair to Vivek, he was polling at about 8%, and he finished at about 8%, which is, not bad for somebody.
Liberal Party is led by an ethno state guy. Cut a liberal fascist bleeds. Even in Paradox Interactive, they understand it.
So there's absolutely nobody who came out of nowhere. He's the Republican version of Pete Buttigieg.
See, I want an ethno state, but let's do it the liberal way.
Yang. And he was able to go as far as he did. Now, there was an article that came out the other day, which was explaining one of Vivek's problems in Iowa. And it's that a lot of the people who this piece talked to, I forget which outlet wrote, was it NBC News? It was some, main outlet wrote about this. And a bunch of Iowa voters were like, yeah, I kind of like the guy, but he's a Muslim. Now, he's not. He's Hindu. But should be like, well, I like to, he's Muslim. And
he's brown, does Muslim, does bad.
We're like, yeah, he's got darker skin, and when I see him, it reminds me of 9/11, and I get really pissed. I'm not kidding. Somebody actually said that. So, he's running, and he's trying his best. He's saying all the things the right-wingers want to hear, but still can't get over that line. Why? He runs into some old-school bigotry, right?
Because he happens to be, first-generation Indian immigrant and Hindu, and thus, and plus he hasn't thought about changing his name at all. So he's like known as like the brown guy with the weird silly name that might be Muslim. Like that's basically just what a lot of these Republicans think of this guy. It's just like, I mean, like he needed to take some hints out of Haley's playbook. It's like, hey, change your name up to where it's like Nikki Haley or something. Make it like, like John, McGinnis or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, just make it like some generic white fucking name, bro. I mean, because then at the very least, you won't, a lot of these Republicans be like, all right, he's got a white name. He's a good one. He's one of the good ones or something there, brother. I mean, it's like, good Lord. I mean, it's and also, I mean, I honestly don't even understand what this guy was expecting, to be frank. Like, there's, like, because there is, like, a strong element of, like, racist charged bullshit, still within the Republican, electorate and stuff. And there's just, like, no fucking way that, like, he's going to be able to break through that. Yeah, he needed to wait, like, another 4 to 8 years or some shit for, a good chunk of that demographic to die off.
So, anyway, he drops out.
Would you sit the fuck down and sit?
He endorses Trump the night of the Iowa caucus. Says, I'm going to campaign with him. I'm going to do everything I can to get him elected. The people chose him. They didn't choose me. And now in a lot of right-wing circles, they love Vivek. Oh, this guy is great. Oh, this guy should be VP and all that stuff, right? So the Babylon Bee, which is like the conservative version of The Onion, they decided after Vivek dropped out, this is a good time to make this joke. As you can see here, Trump promises Vivek an administration position running the White House 7-Eleven.
The White House 7-Eleven, really? Bruh, so what?
And then you see the picture of Vivek wearing the 7-Eleven shirt with the 7-Eleven behind him in the White House.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, man?
So when I first saw this, my reaction was just, ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. It wasn't a laugh. It was more like a ooh, like you guys are. You're just trying to be bigoted assholes, right? Like I get they
Not
think
gonna
they're
lie, that's a good one. No, it's not. It really isn't, though. I mean, it like, because it basically is like, 7-Eleven ran by a bunch of, like, Indian immigrant type of people or Muslims or something because they brown, so that's funny, lol. That's basically it. I mean, there's not much of a punchline to this. Like, I mean, it's just, I mean, like, if they wanted to make a joke, like, akin to something like this, I mean, they could have gone, like, 1,000 times, better with it. Like, this is just, like, this is just basically like, he's brown and Indian, that's funny because 7-Eleven, lol.
in service of comedy, and maybe some of them might even be silly enough to think, haha, it is actually funny. But even their own fans of the Babylon Bee were like, okay, this is just racist. This did not work out for them. So a guy who is the CEO of the Babylon Bee, Seth Dillon, he comes out and says the following to the backlash. Some of our readers have expressed concern about this report, suggesting it did not meet the high journalistic standards they've come to expect from us. We want you to know that we've listened to you. We've heard your voices, and they are stupid.
They're stupid.
It's actually very interesting to me, because it shows how lazy a lot of the anti-woke stuff has become. And I'm being even kind by calling it anti-woke. At this point, it's just like, let's just do casual racism and laugh at casual racism, right? And
casual bigotry is basically being anti-woke now, so thus it's good. Like, that's basically what it is now, essentially. They say when Indian gets here, they roll the die to see if it's gas station or 7-Eleven. What? See, that's, like, I mean, that at least there's, like, something of a punchline, but that's still, just as gross. Like, ugh. Like, I mean, really? Like, honestly, if he wanted to do a fucking, like, Indian joke, I mean, doing, like, hello, this is Viva for customer service, like, that would honestly be way better. I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, I mean, because, I mean, with the whole telemarketing, like, customer service bullshit where they outsource all those, like, jobs basically to other places, like, in India or whatever, but, yeah, I mean, that makes at least some sense, and there's, at least somewhat of a punchline to it. Still kind of raises, at least, but at least it'll be a little bit of a chuckle. I mean, it's like, good lord. It's like, if they wanted to do some dumbass racist shit, I mean, they could have at least do it where at least there's something that is a little amusing to it. They owned all the local gas stations, no joke. A lot of Indians in Arab Alabama. Well, probably because it's like an easy job to do if you think about it. It's like an easy business to run and maintain. I mean, it's like, yeah, you just stock up on snacks, beer, and a few other things, and, all that type of shit, and then, just make sure the pumps are all good, and then you get a guy coming in and it's like, I'd like to get $5 on diesel, $20 scratcher, roll grizzlies. It's like, I mean, then you get that guy coming in all the time, pretty much on the regular, so, I mean, I don't know, it seems like, honestly, if you think about it, kind of an easy business to run. Like, as long as, that gas station you didn't go near unless you're white. The White Store gas station. Was it actually unironically called the White Store gas station? Alabama does sell a lot of tickets. Well, you know what I meant. I'm just saying that because of Joe Gotti, dude. $5 diesel, $20 scratcher, roll grizzlies. So, I mean, I'm just saying it just because, like, that's basically, whatever. The point still stands, you know what I meant. Ironically, that was the store's name. The White Store. Pull it up on Google Maps. I actually want to fucking see this. Are you serious? I want to, like, see some of the reviews of this place, too. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, dude, go on, like, Google Maps, look it up, and link me that shit. Like, I'm not even kidding. Dude. Like, I believe you. I'm taking your word for it. I just want to see how bad it really is.
I think this is what the anti-woke people don't understand, is that why did even a lot of your own people turn on you over this? It's because they like Vivek, right? That's one reason, because it was pointed at some liberal, maybe they wouldn't feel this way. But more importantly, look, it's just hacky, right? It's just hacky comedy. And how many times have we seen this with comedians now? It's not like they're trying to say a funny thing. It's like they're trying to say something that is purposefully outrageous, incorrect, annoying, stupid, bigoted, xenophobe.
And condescending too, like they think they're like holier than thou because they're like make people laugh and giggle and shit, dude. Dude, one of my friends is still kind of into Dave Chappelle, and it's like, bruh, I just like send him a video or two of just somebody critiquing his ass and just showing why he's just a fucking shitbag. Because I mean, good lord, why is he still like into that dude? Like, I mean, what the fuck? Because I was sharing some stuff when Lil Nas X, kind of fucking, got controversial or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So, and he, was telling me about, some Dave Chappelle skit about it. I'm just like, I didn't, ask about that. I don't give a fuck about Dave Chappelle. He's not funny. I mean, so, what does, some dumb fuck skit, which probably didn't happen anyway, he's just probably telling some bullshit story, about Lil Nas X. What does that have to do with the fucking fact that, people got outraged over him, making a new single? And if anything, that kind of proves the point. The fact that, let me bitch about everything and moan because, I'm censored and no one appreciates my car or whatever the fuck, turf bag fucking Chappelle doing, bitching about Lil Nas X, for a comedy bit. I mean, it makes sense. It proves my point, if anything, because, I guarantee you the motherfucker was just bitching and moaning about how he's, some gay black guy being all fruity or something. I mean, so, I wouldn't really not be surprised if that's essentially, the, just root of the skit.
And then when there is a backlash, they run around playing, oh, I am a comedic genius and you're just too stupid to understand it, and that's why you guys gotta stop canceling me. And it's all part of this, stupid game that's played. I'm okay with offensive jokes if they're actually funny, right? And it was a swing and a miss.
I mean, yeah, honestly. I mean, there is, kind of a time and place for, offensive, edgy jokes and shit. Hell, I'll do them sometimes. I mean, the thing is, they have to actually be, funny and shit. And actually, have a punchline and a point to it that isn't just based off of just being a bigoted fuck. You know what I mean? It's it actually takes, a little bit of talent and a little bit of, thinking and shit to, do, a joke like that. Because there's plenty of lefties like myself that are okay with offensive, edgy jokes. I mean, like Kyle, too. And, but the thing is, it actually has to, have a brain behind it. Not just oh, well, I'm gonna fucking, just be goddamn, fucking, just I'm looking at this fucking link and it's throwing me off. It's I'm gonna, look at all these other fuck people I don't like and just bitch and complain about them just cause, boo, there's peak comedy now. 11 arrested in Gadsden after illegal gambling machines found in the back room. So, oh my god. Illegal gambling machines. Get the fuck out of it. Wait. Officers conducting compliance check at the White store. Wait, so this store also has, gambling going on and shit, too? Wait, so is this still a store? I said it, find something on, Google Maps, not an article about them, but damn. I mean, at least it proves the point. It is the thing. Like I said, I took your word for it. I just want to see reviews or something,
Initially, all of your own people were this just isn't funny. So now you have this thing where people hide behind, oh, I'm just anti-woke and edgy, when they're just not funny. It's just not funny. You're not funny, you're not interesting, it's really hacky, it's really tired, and I think we've hit the peak.
You don't see it on maps anymore, so honestly, it sounds like that article that you just showed me was probably why it might have got shut down. I mean, it sounds like it might have gotten shut down because of that, so that might be why. Maybe I should have... I was just thinking, maybe I should have just put two together with that. But whatever.
Of, anti-wokeness, looking at this. Because now I think the conservatives who were reacting to this, it's they kind of now understood, to some extent, oh, this is what liberals felt like when... we did the anti-trans joke the 472nd time in a row of will you identify as an attack helicopter?
What about a toaster? What about a furniture, appliance? You know what I'm saying? What about a couch?
Helicopter, is that what you do? It's
what's next? You gonna identify as a teddy bear? Uh-huh. Actually, I do. And then if I as a sweet cuddly teddy bear, fuck you. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, honestly, I find so much of this anti-woke stuff to either just be rote, annoying, bland, boring, and honestly, it's sometimes just more or less annoying because, their whole idea of, trigger libs isn't even, triggering anymore. Like, it was, like, when it was, like, 2015 or some shit. But it's 2024. Almost a fucking decade, actually, if you think about it. Like, I mean, of just the same bullshit. I mean, hey, guess what? I ain't trigger no more. In fact, I kind of appropriate some of it because every now and then it could be kind of funny. Because if anything, we're making fun of you anti-woke dumb fucks. Like, that's why. Like, it's actually more funny to, like, make the jokes, mocking you fucks than it is you fucks trying to mock us. So, like, I mean, it's like 90% of their fucking anti-woke bullshit. It's just not, like, triggering anymore. They might get a little curveball here and there where it's just like, what? But the rest of the 9% is just like, same shit, different day, we're used to it, whatever, big whoop. Next, like, it's just like lame rote bullshit. Just the same shit over and over and over again, and none of it means a fucking lick of a dick. I mean, to anybody, really. Like I said, like, I know a lot of, lefties, that, make these type of jokes, just because at this point it's kind of funny making fun of these conservatives. It's like, oh, you kind of think a little trend? Oh, man, you're just spreading the woke. You got the woke virus. Oh, no. Like, I mean, it's not like some offensive thing anymore. Trump has a heart attack. Call on until the Republicans recover. He's the only candidate basis real enthusiasm for. It would probably take at least, like, maybe at minimal, probably at least another electoral cycle, 2028. And, possibly at least until 2032. So at least like an electoral cycle or two. I mean, the thing is, I mean, they can easily, flop up to somebody else, whoever decides to take a mantle. That's what I'm saying, at least, within one electoral cycle, because, like, there's definitely a lot of them in the lineup that are willing to try to, become, like, the next star, so to speak. So, I mean, I wouldn't really say that long, to be honest with you. There's going to be a core audience that's just going to think it's all psyop and it's fake and still be loyal to Trump somehow, even though he's literally dead. But, goddamn, dog. What the fuck? Really? Jesus. But, I mean, like, I think most of them will just move on from it. Okay, what the fuck is this deal? Dude, I'm pretty sure that's literally just my dad, you dumb fuck. Shut up. Damn. Slide. Man. Fucking goofy ass dog. Camera is green Trump. Yeah. I mean, yeah, hey. He was like fucking hollering about that one. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying though, I feel like there's definitely be a core like group of supporters that'll still think he's like still alive or support him and whatever the fuck. But I think most of the Republican electorate is just gonna move on from it eventually. They're gonna have their little hissy fit and be all sad and mourn, their god emperor basically, but they're gonna move on. They'll find someone else. Like, I mean, because they've had this like loyalty about past Republicans like from Reagan to Bush, etc. and shit. So I mean, to a certain point, I feel like that they're just going to do the same thing with Trump. I think Junior could take over. He could try. I don't think it'd work. I mean, I know a lot of Trump supporters, would want him to, lead it because I've seen these Republicans with T-shirts that say like Donald Trump, and then it has like the years moving on and shit, and it's like Trump Jr., Ivanka, and then like Eric Trump, fucking Barron, and so it's like I mean, they've like already are kind of geared themselves up. At least some of them have. He's too deep into cocaine. Eh. I don't really think, he's young enough to where he can kind of like, handle it. Well, ish. He can handle it enough. Way better than some old fart like Trump, so. I don't know. He is deep into cocaine, but I don't think that's going to play as big of an impact than you think it does. I could be wrong, but I just believe Trump shits himself. He does. No, I 100% believe it too. I think we kind of got the gist of that video. From doing too many drugs in the 80s. Why are you just saying the 80s? You're forgetting the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, etc. I mean, come on. Here. See what other things we can maybe check up on too, real quick. Then after that, I'll go see Mama, see how she's doing. And all that fun shit. But let's see what little melons may be. Delicious mems, delicious mems, delicious mems. A Zhukov, fluff little boy, sweet little chunk boy, just a little chunk, big poofy chunk. Oh my god, look at you. What a goofball. I don't know what his deal is today. He's still giving me the eyeball, just like, excuse me, I want attention, I'm not going to explain what. Not going to explain what the attention is, but I'm just staring at you, demanding it. What the hell? I can feel his stare. What the fuck, dog? Good lord. Why is he piercing into my soul with his eyes? Good lord. So just rules. And I don't even know what the hell he wants. It's just giving me the fucking stare. It's like I don't like that. I disapprove. I disapprove of that bullshit. Is there really not that much going on for tube? Seriously? What the fuck? What the fuck? It's a winter. How's there not much going on with this shit? What the hell? Le boo. Le sacre bleu. Oh, wait. Oh. I found something. Oh, it's a Jordan Howlett video. It's been a fat minute since I've seen this dude. Gen Z is aging rapidly? Yes, we are. I would say millennials are too. Like, I mean, pretty much anyone from like late millennial to, onward is probably feeling that.
Gen Z is like aging really rapidly.
It is mainly because of the stress. Come here. We live in a time nowadays where millennials look way younger for their age, while Gen Z looks way older for their age. If you don't believe me, I'm Gen Z. Get closer. I am Gen Z, and
I mean, he's got like, dude, he straight up looks like he's fucking 30.
nobody ever believes me. When my mom and I walk out in public, people think that my mom is my younger sister. Right?
What?
When I tell people, oh, I'm going to go hang out with my family, they think I'm talking about my children. I don't have kids. I'm talking about my parents. I'm still the child. Does that make sense? I'll put it to you like this. Zendaya is older than me. Tom Holland is older than me. That's, you get what I'm saying right now? There was one time I wanted an autograph from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? I was standing for hours for this autograph, and when he walked up to me, I said, can you please sign this poster? It's for Jordan, right? He then took it and put, Dear Jordan, your dad is a great guy. He stood out here for hours and then gave it back to me. And before I can correct him, he looked at me and said, times were way more difficult back when we were kids, am I right? And then he tapped my shoulder and left. Dwayne is 52.
Oh my god. Dude, how much of a burn does that have to be? Oh my god, how much of like a burn? Dude, Venom, you think you're old? Holy shit, dude. This guy is about my age. He's like 25, 26, something like that. I think he might be 27 or something. Like, he's about my age, or like maybe just a year or two older. And this motherfucker, or like, wait, if he's just, so he has to at least be a year or two younger, I think, actually. So it's like, I mean, but either way, he's like about a year or two different from my age and shit. And it's like, he basically got called he was 50. He just like, Drain just said, you are 50 and you're dad. It's like, even though he's like half of that age, it's like, huh? Like, oof. I mean, the burn that you must feel like when that happens, like, oof.
I am 26. What I'm saying is, so Gen Z definitely...
He's my age. I'm 26.
older. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, it's not just the stress, but probably because we had to literally start adulting, at an early age and figure it out with like basically nothing to help us or support us. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that tends to be the case. Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of things probably lead to that. I'd probably think so. Yeah, gotta love it. Amazing. I mean, but honestly, it really is kind of true, though. Like, it kind of feels like, a lot of people who are, like, older, especially, like, older than me, tend to, like, seem a little younger in comparison to, like, people my age or in my peer group who just kind of feel like just, older, or at least, but weirdly enough, like, their age, essentially. Even though we're literally just, like, about a decade or so, younger than these people. And it's just like, bruh. It's like, what the hell? I mean, dude, man, like, the late millennial, like, Gen Z, generation, probably Alpha generation too, are gonna look like fucking old-ass, like, geezers, like, in their 90s by the time they're 50. Like, by the time we're 50, oh god, oof. This you can pertain to some of your Venoms, because, yeah, I'm gonna probably look way more older than you by the time I'm your age now. So, like, oof. Oof. But, idiot. I'm just gonna see my mom for a little bit, see how she's doing, all that fun shit. So, peace out, and I shall see you all on that next one. So, boo da boo. A boo da boo boo. Oh, wait. Is there no way to stop? Okay, I guess I'll just have to do it this way then. Yep, I guess I'll just have to do it this way. Fuck it. Man, Stringhouse, you're being regarded tonight. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, girl.